Week 4, what's ahead in week 4? Well, you've been working really, really hard, I must confess, and you're doing amazing work, reading, using AI tools to generate podcasts, and to manage with the research. And you're also practicing at home, which is wonderful. And I think you're learning quite a bit about yourselves. So there's a little bit about me and my mantra, which is yes, you can do it. And you are doing it, in fact. It's not easy because it means that we have to take care of ourselves. And that's something that most of us find difficult. We usually care for others and we think that that's the best way to go. And we don't realize that actually caring for ourselves helps us care for others even more so and in more effective ways, which is one of the reasons on a plane, if you've never flown, you probably don't know this, or maybe you do, but they always ask parents to first put on their own masks before putting them on their young ones or on someone who can't do it themselves. Because in order to help someone else, you need to first help yourself. So yes, you can do it. Just keep bringing back the breath, coming back to the breath and to your body. If you can't find your breath because you're out of breath or for any reason, come back to your body. Just try to feel your hands. If you're sitting or if you're standing, the bottom of your feet, just try to come back to your body. And of course, self-care is not selfish at all. On the contrary, it's being kind to our mind so we can be kind to others. So week 4 is basically, most of it is showcase and reflect. You're going to go over everything that you had done in weeks 1 to 4, including week 4. The journal is a private communication route where you answer various questions. It's always a little different. And I'm the only one, well, you and I see it. It's private. So you actually discuss whatever is happening to you, and you don't have to, you can be as open as you want. You don't have to worry about having to cater to others. You're only thinking about yourself and what happened during the week. I hope that answers. That's the journal. By the end of week 4, you will have attended, and you're here, you're attending, and watch the mindfulness class given by John Gabbett-Zen, because in week 4, you're going to give your own class. Now, you can give it in a physical class, in person, online, to your students. You can do it to your family members, to friends, or to each other right here in class in this course. So you will have given a mindfulness class, as I said, to students, family members, friends, or in social networks. That's also possible to complete strangers using the techniques used in the video. And you will be showing that with either Zoom, you can use Zoom, or you can use Facebook, straight stream through Facebook, or you can stream on YouTube, or you may just want to do it face to face, and then maybe have your camera there and record it. And you will have tried various mindfulness awareness, techniques Any questions about this first part? Feel free to add in the chat. Ella, is it clear now what the journaling is about? I don't know if you've started it. There's one for each week. So there are four of them. Okay, I'll wait for, oh, I see. Okay, there's a chat. Yes, okay, great. If not, it's okay. You can keep asking. You can also ask in the support forums. And you'll get a chance to look at various mindfulness awareness techniques and then use them in your class. This is practice, since you're all teachers. I think it shouldn't be a problem to try this out. And I'm sure you will love it. And you will have listed also 3 favorite techniques using a presentation that you create through Canva. If Canva doesn't work for you, you can use Microsoft. How many of you are using Microsoft? Because the Microsoft PowerPoint can now be shared very easily, and you can also record your voice on Microsoft. So if you're a Microsoft user, you can use Microsoft PowerPoint instead of Canva. So you can use, Canva is only for those who don't have Microsoft PowerPoint presentations. In addition, you will also showcase and reflect on the activities that you created using Canva, or if you want to create a PowerPoint, you can do that. Canva has a screen sharing feature, but you can use other screen sharing. There are a list of them in case Canva doesn't work for you. And then you publish them and upload them to Google Drive if you prefer that, or to YouTube or Vimeo as unlisted. But if you do it through Google Drive, you need to make it public with anyone who has the link. And then you'll create a book using Book Creator to showcase your work and reflect. And so you can also have something to take with you, and you'll get your badge of the week. Yes, that's right. You can, yes, definitely. You can create videos and podcasts as well with Google Notebook LM, with PowerPoint presentations, yes. And if you need help with any of that, please ask in the support forums, and I'll share various ways of converting a PowerPoint into a video or generating using AI. So this is the video that you've been watching anyhow, these past 3 weeks with John Kabat-Zinn, and we'll be doing it today as well. And that's the one that you will be following. I think he's a very good example of someone who does a really good job guiding others through a mindfulness formal guided meditation. So these are the instructions. I don't know if any of you use GoBrunch. It's completely free. If you're interested in getting an account on GoBrunch, let me know. There's Google Meet. I don't know if anyone's using Google Meet. You can use Microsoft Streams or Zoom. If you think of one, which one do you think you will use? Or maybe there's something else, maybe WebEx. Which one do you like to use besides? Oh, you're interested in Go Brunch? That's wonderful. I'm really glad. I think you will like it. It has circles. I like it. I think it's really, really colorful and it has lots of features. So yeah, most are familiar with Zoom, especially since COVID. But yes, okay, Michael, if I forget, remind me through the support form and I will share the details with you so you can try it out. Okay, wonderful. I'm glad. Yes, that's great. So, okay, so Bihi, Zoom, Google Meet. Yeah, Google Meet's getting a lot better. By the way, with Google Meet, all you need to have is the advanced um, Gmail, and you get a chance to record without paying because you're paying anyways for the advanced. So that's Google Meet. So if you don't have the recorder for Google Meet, oh, wonderful, Julia, you can actually record using another system like Canva or something else. But there are lots of possibilities. And you will record your mindfulness class. Upload the MP4 to YouTube, Vimeo, or Google Drive. Just remember when you're uploading to Google Drive to make sure that you make it public so that we can view it. Any questions about the activities so far? Okay. So get ready for that. Start thinking about who you're going to choose. And maybe you can add that in the chat. I'd be curious. Who will you choose for your students? As I said, it could be family members, friends, colleagues, students, strangers in a social network such as Facebook. Kylo, yes. Kylo. Noor, I'm glad you made it. I thought, I'm sorry that you weren't able to come in. I was 2 minutes late. It's not Kylo, sorry. It's Kialo. Kialo. That's it. It's completely free, but it's oh great, a long time. That's nice. That's really nice, Ella. Yeah, that's a great idea. It's Kialo, and Kialo is completely free for educators, and I spoke to one of the developers. They're encouraging me and telling me that they would like everyone to use it because they get funding for it to be used. That's the idea. Someone's sponsoring it for free. So you're asking a question there, Noor. What should we do with Kialo? What do you mean? There's an activity on that. You go into the activity and you answer a question. It's either you add pro, I think it's for mindfulness, formal mindfulness, whether you think that that's the only thing that's important and informal is not as valuable as, say, formal, and there are two articles there. So what is your opinion? Are you for it or not? Is it necessary or maybe it's not necessary? And there have been studies done on whether you can gain just as much from informal mindfulness as you can from formal. So that's the Kialo. Okay, I hope that. If not, keep asking. It's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, both. I don't mind. Yeah, giving both sides is the best way to go. So again, these are the instructions. Use Generico whenever possible. Generico you find under insert in the editor. And that's how you add the link to the Google video or Google Drive video by going into the web. And there's no diary now, it's a journal. These are some of the techniques that you must have noticed, but maybe you can think of other techniques that you've seen or heard or read about. One is background music, just background music with no one speaking, but there could be background music with someone guiding you through the formal mindfulness practice, because you'll be doing a class of formal mindfulness practice. And then there's just guided mindfulness with no music. And then just breathing techniques, which many people find very, very relaxing. They learn how to breathe. One of the popular ones is the box breathing, where you breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, keep it in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then let it out slowly 1, 2, 3, 4. Or other kind of breathing techniques. And then there's the body scan, where you go through each part of the body from the head down or from the toes up, depending on your choice. And then there's the silent practice, where you are completely silent. There's no background music or someone speaking as you progress. You just sit quietly. Now, as far as sitting, the reason that it's prescribed to sit is because that's how you're breathing at an optimum level when you're sitting upright. When you're lying down, it's pretty close, but it's a little different. There's constriction, it's not as smooth. When you're standing, it's quite good, but then there's pressure in different parts of the body. If you find sitting, and let me ask you this, because I did hear this a couple of times, where people find it very difficult to sit. I know my students, especially my high school students, find it very difficult to sit. In fact, they don't know how to sit, and they complain to me. They say, "I don't know how to sit anymore." So they lie down on their desks, or and they're really suffering through it because they don't know, they don't feel comfortable sitting. They kind of want to lie down. So not everybody's comfortable sitting. If you're really not comfortable sitting, it's okay to lie down. The reason why you're not lying down, because the message to the brain is go to sleep. We generally lie down when we go to sleep. So that's the association. And the breathing is pretty good, but it's still dangerous because you might fall asleep. And the idea behind mindfulness is to wake up. You're waking up all your senses rather than putting them to sleep. That's the only reason. But if that's the only way you can do it, then do it lying down. Okay, guide. But you should actually try them all. I highly recommend that you try background music, see what that's like, and reflect on that. Try the guided and see how that goes, but also try the silent. I think that many of us, these, days, these months, these years, these past few years, with all that we've gone through around the world, and we've all gone through some pretty heavy things with COVID, we are not very comfortable with silence. And when you think about it, sound is not something that is part of our lives. I mean, there is sound, nature, birds singing, and so on, bees humming. There are animals making sounds. There are sounds, people talking, yes. But I think that our distractions are beyond that. So having a chance to have some silence is not a bad thing. And we may be afraid. Think about it. Are you afraid of being in nothingness, doing nothing, and having silence? You know, many people go to the country for the first time, or every time they go to the country. It's very scary when they hear sounds that they're not familiar with, because they need the noise, they need the cars. I know my mother-in-law used to say that she lives in the city and she needs she needs the traffic, the sound of traffic to feel like she's alive. But that's not what we really need. So try it, give it a try. So that's week 4. Week 4, you're going to help others, and you can decide which technique. You'll get the different techniques as well, and you can also get music and bells and other sounds, chimes, through the free mindfulness project. The link is here. It's also, of course, in the course. You can download the sounds. You can also download videos from there. And the second part is either ebook through Canva, Box, or Book Creator. You don't have to use Book Creator. I know that many people love Book Creator, but some say that they don't have enough. I think you're allowed something like 8 books, and they've used up their books and they don't have an extra book to use. In that case, you can use Box, which is free. And there's also Canva ebook. If you need help with the links, they're available here, and of course in the course. Have you used Box? Anybody use Box in the past? That's a good one, Antonia. That's right. Yes. The monkey chatter comes when it's quiet. So that's what we try to do. We try to just fill it up with you know, with anything. And if there's nothing to fill it up with, the monkey comes in. But that's when we learn about ourselves and how we can pay attention to our breath. And then the monkeys seem to kind of slow down until they disappear. That's what generally happens. Any other questions or comments? All right, so you've never heard of Box. So this is your chance to try Box as well as Canva ebook. Notice that the book should have at least 8 chapters, but you could have more than 8 chapters. 4 of those are each week, with a table of contents, an introduction, conclusion, reflections. Very, very important to have a reflect. And this is for you. You can take this with you and it'll stay. And a summary of each of the 4 weeks with lots of images. You can add presentations, you can add videos, you can add audio. You can enrich it with any way you wish. And I think you've learned by now that the more you put into whatever you're doing and beautify it and spend a lot of time on it, you're in the flow, so to speak, because you're gaining a lot more. You are actually doing a kind of mindfulness because you're being very mindful and engrossed. Yeah. Again, notice here, this is how you embed it. You go into, if it's book creator, but it doesn't really matter, any one of these, you find the link and you go into source code, and that's where you can embed. And if you have any questions about that, I will be able to help. And this is the journal. How many of you had a chance to write in the journal? There it is. It's our books. You're right. It's double O. That's right. Thank you for pointing that out. I made a typo there. Okay, it's our books, not box, books. And it's wonderful. Have you used it before? Or you just checked it out? Okay. How many of you have used the journal? Those who are here, because I know that I have read journals. Anyone that's here? Okay. All right, so with the journal, you can always go into the journal since it's one-on-one and ask questions or add comments or add to it. It's always good to write things down as we reflect, as we learn, to write as much as possible. And you can do that. In fact, at the end, you can download your work, all your discussions. And if you need help in that, please let me know. So this week, the questions are, share the outcome of your daily practice this week. That was the same as last week. How many times did you practice this week? I know someone had filled this in. Where did you do your practice? In other words, what room? When did you do it? How long was each practice? And what did you find challenging during your practice, if you could remember? There's a question there. Could you share an example? Can you be more specific? Example of what? Of the journal? It's a discussion forum. Yeah, it's no, sorry. You don't need to be, it's a discussion forum. A private discussion forum, because this is Moodle, I can do that. I can put everyone in a group so that each, I can decide whether the discussion forum is private or if it's public for others. Moodle has amazing features that most people do not know about. If you're interested in taking a course on Moodle, there are 4 courses starting in May 1st to the end of May, except for one, which is 5 weeks. One is to develop and generate, actually, with AI tools, activities and resources in Moodle. The other one is to create a whole new course, a course in Moodle on a platform. So you'll have your own very own course. The first one is also with your own course, but you don't develop a course, you only develop activities and resources. The third one is how to manage a Moodle site, manage as a manager. And the fourth one is how to be the admin of a Moodle site. Also, I would like you to please review SciSpace. They are sponsoring this course. This is the first time that I was able to get a sponsor for a course these past, I think, almost 15, 16 years. And you can also get a discount. The discount is 40% for the annual plan and 20% for the monthly plan. So if you're interested in that, the link is here, deep review link. And if you have questions about that, please use the support form and I'll be happy to help with that. A fee for what, Antonio? For the 40% off? Oh, for Moodle. No, it's all free. All my courses are free, Antonio, except for one, the admin. The admin this is the first time that I'm giving it. It's $12 for the course. But all the other courses are free. The manager of a Moodle site, the create activities using AI tools is also free, and develop your own Moodle course is also free. It's just the ad. Oh, I'm glad you're interested. I think you will love it. Look, Moodle is a great way to learn. LMSs are wonderful. I don't know if you've used LMSs, you are learning through one, through Moodle, but I don't know if you yourself have used them with your students, but LMSs are a great way to organize courses. I've been organizing all my courses since 2003 using Moodle. It helps you see things that you would normally not see in other means like D2L or Blackboard. I think is gone from what I know. Moodle bought it and then they just spit it out and now it's gone. So I don't know if, but Google Classroom is there. It's far from that, but Canvas is quite good. You didn't mention Canvas. Canvas is free for teachers and it's quite good. What's nice about Canvas, it also has Kialo. What's nice about Canvas is that you can actually migrate courses that you create in Moodle to Canvas or vice versa from Canvas to Moodle, which is nice. But Moodle has a lot more features, of course, than Canvas. So you're welcome to join. You'll be able to see the courses on the front page of Integrating Technology. And these are your rewards. You'll be getting, well, you must have gotten some digital badges. There's one for the orientation, which was just viewing videos. And then there's week 1. I also went through this. In week 1, there's week 2, week 3, and week 4. And there's a certificate, and the certificate has the hours, which are 30 hours of coursework on a Moodle platform, which I think is important for many schools. And these are the references. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back. Okay, those are all the references. Going to go back to I think this is the one. I think it's this one. Should I try it? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Yeah, this is it. Okay, great. So these are the free resources for mindfulness that are available. And I think we went through them. Mindfulness of breath, you can save these, you can download them. Peter Morgan these are quite famous people. 3-minute breathing, 5-minute breathing, life happens. So these are the techniques that you can go through and see what they're like. Let me go into the home page here. Yeah. So this is integrating technology. Let me get in case you need that. I'll put it in the chat. And then you can see the courses are here. This is Moodle MOOC 25. Develop activities and resources. You get a free course and you practice there. You practice Moodle as well as with AI tools. And the second one is Moodle, develop a Moodle course using AI. It's also free, and you learn how to develop your own course. You develop a course, and then there's Manager of a Moodle site, also free, and then the $12 is the admin of a Moodle site, where you practice on a Moodle site, and you are there as the admin, and you get all the rights of an admin. And the Moodle is yours for the duration of a month, and you do everything that an admin would do. So let's go back into our course. And here we are. Are there any questions from perhaps week 1, 2, or 3? Anything that you would like to ask? No questions? All right. These are the activities. I just copied them. They're all in the presentation, which I see is hidden. So let me unhide it. I had no idea that it was still hidden. So there you can see how we do that. We unhide it. Now it's unhidden and you can go into it. Going to go back into the presentation because we're not finished. There we are. Any questions before we go on? Questions or comments? Let me know. Oh, by the way, Lena, and those of you that have registered for the admin of a Moodle site, you should have received your username and password so you can go into the site, the Moodle site. You're already in there. So you can actually get a feel of what it's like to be on an open Moodle site. Yeah, there's a question there. I think everybody's finished that. Has a problem recording their audio. How are you recording your audio, Lena? I'm not sure I understood your question. I thought you couldn't hear the video. I don't think you record an audio. You listen to an audio. And you can add your text or audio, but then I think that you have to be on Chrome and you have to accept audio settings. You're talking about the pop-up questions. I think they're by text. The questions are there, they're multiple choice questions. I don't think you're recording anything. But if you can be specific in the support form and explain where you're stuck, are you able to hear the questions? Are you able to view the questions? what is going on, but you don't have to. You can ignore the questions and just watch the video. All right, so is everyone ready? Yes, they do. There's a question, how much time do we have to finish? There's no such thing as how much time do we have. The course is 4 weeks, but if you don't make it in 4 weeks, you can continue until you finish. I don't close, these are all annual courses. So generally what I do is I keep the courses open. I mean, there aren't any new registrations, but everyone can stay for as long as they wish until they finish the course or as long as they wish. And then just before next year, before next April 2026, depending on how much time I want to give, I reset the course so that everything goes out of the course. The course only has the content and activities, but nobody's work is there. So you have plenty of time. Okay, you don't have to be pressured. Okay, that's fine. But it won't be the same because you won't be working with others. That, people will be coming and going. So it's not the same. It's better to try to, but if you can't, then I think it's worth doing the course whenever you have time. Yes, of course. Your course can be in Polish. Yes, it could be in any language. I've had students do it in Arabic. I've had courses, Moodle courses done in French. I've had them done in Spanish, Italian. Yes, Polish is fine. Yes, of course. But when you're showcasing, you're going to showcase in English so we understand what's going on, right? Okay, so that's fine. Yes, definitely. All right, so are we ready for our final getting together with John Gabbardson? All right, so if you're ready, you may want to sit away from your computer. You may have your back to your computer and just hear the sound, or you may be in front of your computer. That's fine, but here we go. I don't hear anything, which means that let me make sure the sound is on. Yes, the sound is on. Were you able to hear anything?
So establishing yourself now in a sitting posture that embodies wakefulness and dignity, either cross-legged on a suitable cushion and mat on the floor, or on a meditation bench or a straight-back chair.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know how you heard me, but I wasn't wearing a headset. I was wearing something else. Okay, here we go.
So establishing yourself now in a sitting posture that embodies wakefulness and dignity, either cross-legged on a suitable cushion and mat on the floor, or on a meditation bench or a straight-back chair. Allowing your head and neck to be balanced on your shoulders, and the whole of the torso to be erect but not stiff. Placing your hands on your knees or together in your lap in a comfortable way, and allowing your shoulders to be relaxed and dropped. letting your pelvis provide a stable base to support your upper body, aware of the sensations of contact with the cushion or the chair. In other words, as best you can, sitting with the qualities of a mountain, fully present in the body, stable, grounded, and with an element of uplift to the posture itself. And when you're ready, becoming aware of the fact that you're breathing, bringing your attention to the belly as it expands with the in-breath and deflates with the out-breath, or to the passage of air in and out at the nostrils, or anywhere else that the breath sensations are accessible and vivid for you, and just feeling the breath coming into the body and leaving the body. Riding on the waves of the breath sensations with your full attention as best you can, moment by moment by moment, and breath by breath by breath, as we sit here. In touch as best you can be with the full duration of each breath coming into the body, and the full duration of each breath leaving the body, feeling the breath sensations as they flux and change moment by moment by moment. It's best if you can stay with the breath at a particular location in the body for an entire practice period. So if you start with the belly or with the nostrils, then the suggestion is to stay with the breath sensations in that region, rather than to jump around. In that way, we are cultivating a greater intimacy and familiarity with the breath, and a greater stability of attention. So just letting each breath come and go of its own accord, feeling the sensations of the breath moving in and out, moment by moment by moment. Of course, you may rapidly discover that it's not so easy to keep your attention on the breath. It doesn't take long to realize that just as in the body scan, the mind has a life of its own and will invariably take off into the past or the future, planning or worrying, liking or disliking, daydreaming or reverie, impatience or boredom, or even sleepiness. This is totally normal and not a problem at all. When you notice that your mind is no longer on the breath, then noticing what is on your mind in that moment, and then gently letting go of whatever it is, which doesn't mean pushing it away, but just recognizing it and letting it be, as we escort our attention back to the belly or to the nostrils, back to this breath, whether it's an in-breath or an out-breath. And once again, reestablishing the breathing center stage in the field of awareness. And if the mind wanders away from the breath 100 times, as it surely will, each and every time when we become aware that it is someplace else, we gently and patiently note what is on our mind in this moment, whatever it is, perhaps even making a light mental note such as thinking, or planning, or worrying. And without being harsh or critical or judging of ourselves, we simply recognize what is arising for what it is and let it be, as we come back to feeling this breath in this moment and begin again and again and again, each time for the first time, each moment the only moment, since our lives are unfolding here and now and only here and now, no matter what our thoughts are telling us. Since it's in the nature of the mind to wander, it's not that you are failing at meditation if your mind doesn't stay on the breath. It's that you're discovering something exceedingly important about the nature of the mind itself, and that is that it waves, just as the ocean waves. So it's never a matter of putting a stop to it, trying to shut off your thinking or make your mind go blank, but rather familiarizing yourself with the nature and the ways of your own mind, and cultivating a deeper intimacy with it through gentle observation, grounded in an awareness that is bigger than thinking, and wiser than thinking, and usually kinder than thinking, an awareness that grows out of our bringing the mind back to the breath gently but firmly, over and over and over again, allowing each in-breath to be a new beginning, and each out-breath a complete letting go. So sitting here now, mountain-like, fully awake, with a light touch, resting in awareness, not forcing anything, but as best we can, being fully in touch moment by moment with the breath as it comes into the body and as it leaves the body, and coming back over and over again when we lose touch with it momentarily, as we stay here, sitting. Soon you will hear the sound of a bell to signal the end of this segment of the sitting meditation practice. If you are extending your practice today to include one or both of the following tracks that expand the sitting practice, then just continuing right through the bell with a seamless continuity of moment-to-moment awareness. Otherwise, please use the sound of the bell to mindfully bring this period of formal practice to a close.
I hope that was different than last time. It's never the same because we are not the same and we have different things on our minds and different things come up. So it's always different, but there's always something to learn, and we're always learning. So I see you didn't answer my question, which means that you were absorbed, I presume, in mindfulness. So thank you very, very much. It's really a pleasure to learn with you and from you. And your work has been amazing. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to more. So continue working at your own pace and share your reflections on each of the activities. So thank you, and thank you very, very much. And you should be very proud of the fact that you took the initiative and you took the course.